Hey, what's up, everybody? Andre from Black Nerd Comedy is coming by the show today to give you his top holiday movies of all time. Plus, I'm telling you how to spend your $15 at the box office this weekend. Plus, we're giving away DVDs. Time for Screen Addicts. Well, Silver Linings Playbook finally hits theaters this weekend, and this film has been at the Toronto International Film Festival, here in LA at AFI, and getting lots of awards attention as we head into that time of the year.
Let me just break it down for you. The whole time you're rooting for this Hemingway guy to survive the war and to be with the woman that he loves.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Can't somebody say, hey, let's have a good ending to the story? I can't apologize. You know what I will do? I will apologize on behalf of Ernest Hemingway, because that's who's to blame here.
Yeah, have Ernest Hemingway call us and apologize to us, too.
The film stars Bradley Cooper as a guy who just gets out of a mental institution after serving 8 months for, let's just say, an incident that happened in the past. Now he's trying to rebuild his life, and he becomes friends with Jennifer Lawrence, a girl in the neighborhood who's also had a troubled backstory.
Look, I think you're really pretty, but I'm married, okay?
So am I.
No, that's confusing. He's dead. Wait, what's happening?
Robert De Niro plays Bradley's father, and it's the best we've seen from De Niro in years. He's a diehard Philadelphia Eagles fan. I'm actually a diehard Eagles fan, so maybe that's why I really liked his performance. No, he's terrific in the film. It's the first time we've really seen De Niro in a real human role. Oftentimes he's one note now. Here he is as a father who's had a really tough relationship with his son over the years, trying to help his son, Bradley Cooper, get his life together, and it comes to a head in Silver Linings Playbook. The heart of the movie, of course, is Jennifer Lawrence, whose character forms a really believable and honest relationship with Bradley Cooper.
I was on Xanax and Effexor, but I agree, I wasn't as sharp, so I stopped.
You ever take Klonopin?
Klonopin, yeah.
Right?
Jesus.
Like, is it what?
Yeah.
What day is it?
It's a very believable relationship between two broken people who are looking to put their lives together.
How'd you lose your job?
Having sex with everybody in the office.
We don't have to talk about it.
Thanks.
How many were there?
Everybody in Hollywood is talking about Oscars and the Weinsteins are behind it, so maybe Best Picture. Calm down, everybody. It's really good. It's filled with great performances. Just leave it at that. Save the Date is available right now on video on demand and has a really cool cast. Lizzie Kaplan, Mark Webber, Jeffrey Arend, Martin Starr, Allison Brie. It came out of Sundance. It doesn't work, guys. I was so disappointed by Save the Date. Lizzie Kaplan plays a girl who's in a relationship with a rocker played by Jeffrey Arend. He proposes to her, she says no, and then she's forced to go on dates and try and figure out her life. Listen, it's a really cool cast. They're not likable in this, though. It's not a romantic comedy because it's not romantic and it's not funny. It's really depressing. There's nothing worse than seeing a bunch of beautiful people in their 20s moping around. Woe is me, I'm so hip and cool. Shut up. I really didn't care for Save the Date. Do me a favor, everybody. Use your money to go out and see Silver Linings Playbook this weekend. You'll be a lot happier than you know what? Skip the date. Everybody, of course, is talking about Daniel Day-Lewis's performance as Abraham Lincoln and if he'll win another Oscar. But did you guys see Louis C.K. on Saturday Night Live? His performance as Lincoln? Well, if you missed it, click on the description box and you can see a special director's cut of the SNL skit. It's absolutely ridiculous. I wonder if Daniel Day-Lewis has seen it and what he thinks about it. Check it out, it's awesome. Thanksgiving is upon us, which means the holidays are here. It's not me, it's YouTube time, so I got my buddy Andre from Black Nerd Comedy to break down his favorite holiday movies of all time. Give it up for Andre.
Ho, ho, ho.
Happy holidays,
Happy holidays.
dude. How are you, man?
I'm good.
What makes a great holiday movie?
It's either got to be something heartwarming or it's got to be an obvious cash-in for the holidays. So one or the other. It's either really good or really bad movie.
All right, do you have any favorites that come to mind when I say what are your favorite holiday movies?
Favorite holiday movies? You know, Christmas Story, Home Alone, Gremlins.
What made you choose Christmas Story and Home Alone in those movies?
Christmas Story you gotta choose because it's on for 24 hours the entire Christmas day. Like some network just completely repeat airs it. And then you know, Home Alone, of course, it's just this. It puts you in that mode. So of course you got all the crazy stuff like, oh, he's beating up the bad guys, but just the shots and just the music and everything, it just makes you feel like, oh, it's Christmas time. It feels good. You know, so that's.
I think that might be the first time in the history of film criticism where Home Alone was praised for the cinematography. Wow.
There you go.
What are you up to these holidays?
I do a lot of shopping, I have to say, because the cool thing about not having your own kids or significant other, you can Black Friday for yourself. Like, I just go crazy. Like, electronics, video games, toys. Like, I don't think about nobody else.
They're going in there, Assassin's Creed 3,
yeah,
Black
exactly.
Friday just for you.
Yeah, you buy your little Barbie dolls. I'm getting me this one game right here, yeah.
A lot of big movies coming up, obviously, this holiday season.
Yeah.
The Hobbit, Django Unchained, This is 40. Is there one you're looking forward to?
Yes, Django Unchained is definitely the holiday film of the year, kids. Take your whole family to see the slave-ploitation flick. Nothing says Christmas.
What are you looking forward to this season?
Well,
are you a Hobbit guy? You down with the Hobbit?
I'm down with the Hobbits. I know a couple Hobbits. Some of my best friends are Hobbits. No, I actually saw my favorite movie, the movie I was waiting for, which is Wreck-It Ralph. I'm a big video game fan, particularly an old school video game fan. So that movie, really hit my nostalgia bone good.
Anybody in Wreck-It Ralph you thought was left out?
Oh, I know a lot of people were upset that Mario wasn't in it. But he has his own movie. If you guys,
starring John Leguizamo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who was also in a holiday film.
Way to bring it home, Andre. Where can people find your stuff?
You can check me out on YouTube. Black Nerd Comedy is my YouTube channel, or you can tweet me at Black Nerd.
All right, let's hook him up with a link right up there. Yeah, click on Andre's stuff. He's a lot funnier than I am.
This guy.
Time now for some cool movie news. Will Ferrell and Liam Neeson are joining the Lego 3D movie. First of all, how awesome is it that they're finally doing a Lego movie? It seems a long time in the making. I don't know what this movie is going to be about, but now the fact that they have Liam Neeson, Will Ferrell, and an all-star group of comedians lending their voices to the world of Legos in 3D, sign me up. The first official image of Tom Cruise in All We Need Is Kill is making the rounds right now on the internet. The image looks crazy, and guess what the movie's about? Aliens are coming to destroy our planet, and only Tom Cruise can save the day. Again. I don't know, the premise looks ridiculous, but Tom looks kind of badass in that photo. Let me know what you guys think of the first official image of All You Need Is Kill in the comment section below. Somebody else who's going to be saving the world from aliens soon is Mark Wahlberg, because he just signed on for Transformers 4, Michael Bay announcing that, as well as releasing a new logo for the franchise. Wahlberg recently worked with Michael Bay on a film called Pain and Gain. They shot it down in Miami. It's with Dwayne Johnson and Anthony Mackie, about a bunch of bodybuilders. Wow, what a surprise, The Rock playing somebody who's ripped. But I think it makes sense that Mark Wahlberg's doing this movie. He's a huge international movie star. I think it's going to be fun to see how Transformers tries to reinvent itself, this time with Marky Mark. You guys think Mark's a good addition to the mix? Let me know in the comment section. With Tom Cruise starring in All You Need Is Kill, plus The Expendables turning into a franchise, it got me thinking, what's up with all these old people making action movies? Joining me now to talk about this latest epidemic in Hollywood, from The Hollywood Reporter, an old guy too, Matt Belloni is here on the show. What's up, dude?
Hey.
What's going on with all these old guys in action movies?
I mean, if you look at the box office, that's the people who sell tickets. People want to see older stars doing what people love them doing, and there's not a new crop of action stars out there.
Before we get to the lack of young talent emerging in the genre, let's talk about some of those older established stars. Bruce Willis seems as relevant as ever when it comes to action movies. Why do you think that is?
I mean, he's doing another Die Hard, he's got Red 2, I mean, the guy is everywhere.
G.I. Joe too.
G.I. Joe, I mean, he is someone that people really love seeing in action movies. It doesn't matter that he's in his 50s now.
Someone we haven't really seen in action movies, except for this summer briefly in Expendables 2, is Arnold, the Governator.
Yeah, I mean, he's
back with like 3 movies on the way.
This time next year, Arnold will have starred in 3 action movies. It's kind of amazing considering the guy's in his 60s. He's already been governor of California. I mean, he really wants to be a star again.
Another action star in their 60s, Liam Neeson, is having great success obviously with the Taken franchise. He did Unknown, he did the A-Team. What does it mean to Hollywood now that Liam Neeson is now maybe the most bankable action star?
I mean, it is crazy the fact that Liam Neeson at 60 years old is able to come out in a movie like Taken 2 and it's #1 at the box office. It's doing huge business around the world. People want to see that sort of older figure in the revenge type action movie.
So who's next? Who are the next action stars? I mean, Taylor Kitsch swung out and missed and when it came to John Carter and Battleship.
It's time for a new generation to step up, and there really isn't. I mean, if you look at the Transformers franchise, Shia LaBeouf, he's not doing action movies anymore. He's trying to be the anti-hero.
Shia's doing weird, get naked Lars von Trier movies.
Yeah, and I think
that
gets to a larger problem in Hollywood, is that the actors who are coming up in this generation, many of them just aren't interested in becoming those kinds of stars.
Do you think that action movies are going to be a thing of the past now that comic book movies are the big craze?
I mean, I think what you're seeing now is there is a big dichotomy between the stars that exist and everyone knows are stars and the people that are coming up and are sort of getting pigeonholed into these superhero movies or into these pre-existing branded franchises where they don't really get a chance to become huge movie stars.
What about Taylor Lautner? He tried with Abduction. It didn't work out. Is he done?
Yeah, I think Taylor Lautner has some challenges because he really said, here's a movie where you can accept me as an action star, and the audience said, we don't accept you.
Yeah, I think it's less about not having the right person. I just think it's these types of films are so dated. You know, you saw the trailer for The Last Stand,
right?
And you told me it was getting laughs.
It was getting laughs in the theater that I saw it in. So, I mean, that's a very 80s style Arnold Schwarzenegger left to battle all the bad guys, and everyone's dead at the end but him.
Yeah.
And no offense to Arnold, he's doing what he knows best, and he's doing what he thinks the audience wants to see him in. The question is, do they still? I mean, it's hard to accept this guy as like a 65-year-old who we know so much about as, a small town sheriff.
Hey, if people accepted him as a politician, I think he can be believable once again as
or pregnant man.
Good Junior reference. I like it, Matt. Where can they find your stuff?
We're at HollywoodReporter.com or THR.com, or you can follow me on Twitter at THR Matt Belloni, Belloni.
Honestly, Hollywood Reporter, best read in town. Have you guys had a chance to check out JB Smooth's show on CineFix? It's called I Heard, and it's where JB breaks down movies he hasn't seen yet. This week, he's talking about The Hobbit. So if you want to hear what JB has to say about a film he hasn't seen that the entire world is waiting anxiously for, check out I Heard right now on CineFix. In honor of Andre's holiday movie guide and his amazingly ill-fitted t-shirt, I'm gonna give away a copy of Gremlins this week. Be sure to like our video, subscribe to our channel, and let me know in the comment section below your favorite Thanksgiving leftover. Best answer gets a DVD. Well, that's it for this episode of Screen Addict. Thanks so much for hanging out. I wanna thank Andre for coming by the show, as well as Matt from The Hollywood Reporter. And I have to ask you guys, why are you watching YouTube on Thanksgiving? I mean, I appreciate the love, but get back to the family, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Ray Drake puts a stake in her top 10 best vampire movies of all time. Uncle Al and Jack argue if it's aliens or North Koreans attacking Seattle in Red Dawn. Ben Lyons interviews Twilight screenwriter Melissa Rosenberg and gives his take on new movies hitting the big screen. In honor of Red Dawn, Phil Gower plays Take It or Leave It with Adrian Palicki and Josh Peck. Devin Faraci hangs out in Bob Burns' basement where he discovers some of the most amazing film and sci-fi memorabilia. JB Smoove and his buddy Garfield can't get enough Twilight as they tell us what they heard about Breaking Dawn Part 2. Get your film fix. Subscribe to CineFix.